So guys, welcome to my channel. So in today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to draft this COWL neck top, and I actually use one in Avia to make this top for myself. So if it's something you really want to learn, so let's get started. Be patient while I'll teach you how to do it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. So those are the materials you'll be needing to achieve this style. 1.5 yard of fabric, your scissors, your paper scissors and your fabric scissors, your ruler and your marker. So let's get started. The first thing you'll do is to measure 1 inch, which is going to serve as your top line as well as your shoulder line. Okay, you actually do that 1 inch to the 1 inch is not included. It's just to indicate your shoulder line. So from there, divide your shoulder into two. All right. So since it's not going to have a side bust dart, so I'm going to use this same paper to cut both front and back. So I'm actually using my back measurement, all right, for the front. For this, as I'm doing this, I divided my shoulder into two, and then go ahead and mark my full length, which is also called the half length. I mark my hip line, okay, my bust line as well. Okay, that's from the shoulder line. I didn't want the top to be too long, all right, so I actually used 22. Even the 22, after I finished sewing, it was kind of long for me. Okay, so just like you see me do, I went ahead to indicate my bust line, my waistline and my hip line. Okay, and then connect it. So from there, after I finish connecting, after connecting the lines, I went ahead to measure my bust line. Okay, so from my bust line, like my hip bust point, I went up by 2 inches to get my chest measurement, which is 2. Okay, that's from my bust line. Altogether I'm going to have, so from there I went ahead to divide my across back measurement. Okay, remember I'm using, like, this measurement is actually my
So
back
for the sake
measurement.
of this
Okay,
tutorial, I went
like my
ahead to
shoulder
use
back
my back
measurement,
measurement.
because after
Okay,
everything I'm still
and
going to
then my
cut half inch away
1.5,
to
whatever I
cut
have
the
here, I'll bring
front.
it up
I didn't
there.
want to waste the
So
paper.
then my waist is
So I went ahead to
28, I'll divide
indicate
it
my
by
bust measurement. My bust
4,
is
and then
30,
my hip is
4
36, I'll
divided
divide
by
it by 4, which
4, I
gives
have
me 9.
8.5.
Then the
My
next
waist
thing is to
28,
connect
I
the
have
lines
7. And my hip as well, I have 6. Okay,
straight.
after
Okay,
dividing it, I
just
went
like
ahead to
this.
connect the lines.
Alright,
Okay,
like this. Sorry guys.
so after doing that, please, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, go ahead and do that, and don't forget to share
So
if you
now,
like this
because
video.
we are
Okay,
using the back
so I went
measurement,
ahead to
whatever I have
connect the
here,
line. So
I'll
since
divide it
it's
by
my
2. So I have
back
1.5. So
measurement,
I'll divide
like
it.
my shoulder measurement that I'm
I
using, I
don't
went
know where
ahead to
my.
divide the distance from my bust to my across chest measurement,
Okay.
across back measurement into two rather, and that's what I had.
This
Okay,
3.2,
and
and
after
then
I finished doing that, I had to contour my armhole. So from there, I went ahead to get the center of the shoulder and connect it.
okay, I just. So let me add my. I'll remove. Let me add my
So after
one
I
inch because I
finished
want to
doing
be
that,
using
I
one
went
inch
ahead to
to do
have,
the
you can see it's
sewing.
not really take,
All right,
it
let's
didn't really
add
take time.
together.
Okay, it's something you can do within 1 hour. I feel 1 hour is even too much. So I went
So
ahead
I've
to
added
add one
connect
inch, okay, for my
the
seam
lines
allowance.
together.
I don't really have like
Okay,
too much allowance in my clothes, so
so that's how
from there I went
the
ahead
pair. I'm
to
going to bring
cut
it
it.
down by
After
1.5
I wanted to cut it, I
and
remember I'm
then
supposed to
connect
have
it.
give it a little shape, so I bring it up by 1.5 inch to get that curve by this side, and then I went ahead to cut it. Please, if you don't understand what I'm doing, you can rewatch or just watch the video as. So from there I went ahead to place the fab paper, the pattern on my fabric. Don't forget to always cut your clothes on bias, whatever fabric you are using, unless it has pattern, okay, and you want to make use of it. So make sure you always cut your fabric on borders, like borders to borders. Okay, so for the back neck I went ahead to the width actually used 3 inches, and for the depth I used 2 inches and connect it. So from there I went ahead to cut it out just like you see me doing. So after I finish cutting, I actually trim off half inch from the paper so I can use it for my, what's it called, my front measurement. Okay, so this is what I mean. Actually did this so that you know the measurement, the front, the shoulder front measurement and the back shoulder measurement is not the same. So I trim one, I mean half inch out so that my shoulder can be equal. I went ahead to cross check the measurement if it's okay or if it's more than then. I realized it was okay and then I continued. So from my shoulder I went down by 9.5, okay, and then slash it to get the effect, the curl effect, okay. And when you are slashing it, make sure you slash it to the end, like to the extreme of the paper, so that you'll be able to spread properly just like you see me do. Okay, don't get confused. So from there actually use 10 inches to get the fullness, just like you see me measure. You can use more than that, you can use 10 to 12 or 10 to 14 depending on how you want the fullness to be. Okay, but mine I use 10 inches and it's okay for me. So from there I went ahead to connect the shoulder just like you see me. You know, there's no need for you to cut the front. All right, there's no neck, like you don't cut it v-neck, no, just connect the shoulder as shown, and then after that go ahead and cut your fabric out. You can use chalk to trace it so that you won't get confused, okay, and go ahead and cut your fabric out. So I actually forgot, so before cutting the fabric, all right, make sure you fold the fabric into two. Like when you're folding it, it's kind of the, you are folding it as if you are sewing, you are cutting both the front, um the facing and the fabric together, okay, and that's what I actually did. I folded everything into two so there was no need to cut the facing, and after that I notched the center. So after I finished doing that, I went ahead to cut my sleeve because I wanted a long sleeve. Actually, the style I wanted to do was a balloon sleeve, but when I measured the fabric, I realized the 1.5 year won't be enough. So I went ahead to change the sleeves. So from there, my sleeve length is 24 and I added 1 inch to make it 25 plus half inch for the joining allowance, which is 25.5. I went ahead to bring it down by 4.5 inches, okay, and connect it to get the armhole contour. All right, I went ahead to measure my full sleeve length and then my elbow length, okay. My elbow length from my shoulder to my elbow is 13 inches, and then I measure the round, which is 5 inches, and then I connect it. So my biceps is actually 12 inches. All right, that 12 inches I divided it by 2 and then I connect it. I went ahead to measure my wrist on my sleeve length. I added 1 inch as well and then connect it. Okay, so I went ahead to cut it. Don't forget to always cut your clothes on bar, I mean border to border. Okay, whether it's sleeves or if it's the body, I went ahead to cut the second sleeves also. Okay, and make sure you notch the center. So normally I like, if I'm using bias, okay, I didn't cut facing for the back. Okay, so actually use bias, so I usually cut half. The bias is folded into two half area, so I usually cut out the half inch, and then the reason I do that is because so I can have the tiny effect. I don't like when I'm sewing clothes, the bias will now be big. No. So I usually cut half of it so it will give me a neat finishing, and then I went ahead to sew it. Okay. Please, whenever you are sewing, make sure you cut off your thread. Okay, you can see the sewing is tiny and neat. Make sure you cut off your thread, and whenever you are ironing as well, also do the same. So after I finished sewing, I went ahead to join it with the front. Okay, if you notice from the paper I did, actually there was excess. Okay, so if you are to join it together, you have to pleat it. Okay, make sure okay, just like you see me do, the excess, make sure you pleat it on the back shoulder. Okay, so that it will be equal. Make sure you place it just as shown. Okay, if you don't understand what I'm doing, you can use a piece of paper to pleat it before joining it. Okay, or you watch me do. Okay, make sure after joining, make sure you after pleating it, make sure you join it, go and sew it. So guys, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please kindly do so you can always get notification whenever I post a new video. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up, okay? So I'm done sewing now. I'm done joining the shoulder. You can see that the curl effect is there. Don't forget, you don't use anyhow fabrics. Before I forget, the fabric that works with this is you can use chiffon. You can use lycra fabric that stretches, okay, that drops, like that flows. Okay, you can use it. So I went ahead after I finished joining the shoulder. I went ahead to join the side as well. So I went ahead to sew my sleeves, and this is the outcome. I hope you like it, and I hope you give me a thumbs up. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you for watching, and God bless you. Thank you.